If you're wondering to watch something romantic and can't decide what to watch, then you are in the right place. Because in this video I will giving you the 10 best romantic movies that you should watch if are a fan of romantic movies. I hope you all like the following rankings. Then let's get started the video. Number 1. The Fault in Our Star. This movie is based on the same name novel, The Fault in Our Stars. This is a story about two people who is suffering from stage 4 cancer. Hazel Grace, a 17-year girl with stage 4 cancer and relying on an oxygen canister. Her worried and supportive parents convince Hazel to join a local cancer support group. And there she meets August Waters, who is also suffering from cancer, but despite his state, he willing to make Hazel happy and cheerful and makes her dreams come true. Number 2. A Walk to Remember. This story is like any other American movies. A bad boy who doesn't care about study or anything. His main goal is having fun like any other so-called bad boys. But after one of their serious prank injured a boy, London sentenced to tutor a disadvantaged kid and stars in the school play. London keeps running to Jamie, a simple girl who wears the same sweater every day, but she doesn't care about what others said. London decided to ask Jamie's help for the play, but the more time they spent together, London started to drawn to her and fall in love with her. Number 3. All the Bright Place. It's a story about two people who are going through depression and anxiety and don't know how to get through those emotional and physical scars of their past. Violet trying to recover from her older sister's death, but she can't, no matter how hard she tries. When the other hand, Finch is a charming and literate boy who has his own problems, but Finch finds a way to reach Violet and save her from the sadness and depression she is going through. I highly recommend you to those who are struggling to same as depression and anxiety, because this movie will show the sad reality of it and maybe motivate you and inspire you to talk to someone who can understand you, like your parents and friends. Number 4. 5 Feet Apart. This is a story about two teens who fall in love under life and death circumstances. Stella is a 17-year-old rule-following kind girl who back to the hospital because she had cystic fibrosis. There she meets Will, who doesn't care about rules, and he also has CF, is in the hospital. But they could not come closer because CF patients supposed to stay 6 feet away from each other to avoid more infection. It's a highly recommended movie to watch. The ending of the movie will make you cry. Number 5. Notebook. Notebook is based on a novel by Nicholas Sparks. It is a story about a sloppy summer romance between a country boy and a city girl. Allie came to the countryside for a vacation with her family, and there she meets Noah and they fall in love with each other like crazy. But Allie's parents disagree with the relationship because Noah comes from a poor family and Allie comes from a wealthy family. So Allie's parents send her to study in the city for school up, and Noah selected for the army. But Noah never stops loving Allie, and he writes letters to her every day for a year, but never gets a reply. On the other hand, Allie falls in love with someone else. Number 6. About Time. After Tim turned 21, he has a discussion with his father, who told him the secret about his family that has been carried away for decades. The secret is that every man of his family can travel through time to any point in his life. Tim spends months learning the skill so he can confess to her crush and wins her back, but he failed to do that. One day he met Mary and fall in love with her, but unfortunately, he learns that he hasn't met her yet. So he decides to travel through time to re-meet Mary and wins her over. Number 7. The Best of Me. Another Nicholas Sparks novel. The Best of Me follows two time period, one is past and one is present. It starts with the present, when Dawson Cole is nearly killed by an oil rig explosion, but he has a vision of her first love Amanda and managed to survive, but Amanda is now a married housewife. Suddenly they both summon from their hometown because of Tuck, who is a father figure for both of them, and they both met again after a long time. Before we headed to our next following ranking, if you're enjoying the video, click the like button to break the YouTube algorithm. Let's move to our following ranking. Number 8. The Vow. Leo and Paige met at a parking lot, and from here their love story begins. In 2 weeks, Paige confesses to Leo that she loved him, and then they got married and lived together like a happy couple until an accident takes apart. In that accident, Paige lost her past 5 years of memory, what we generally called amnesia. If Paige doesn't remember the past 5 years, then she won't even know that she married Leo. But Leo tries her best to make Paige remember about their marriage and love life. Will he be able to make her remember? Number 9. The Art of Getting By. George is a student who has lost motivation to perform. He hasn't turned in any of his homework, but he is very good at study and also smart. But he doesn't want to share what he knows, like he is living a life where you feel like life is pointless. Then he meets Allie, who is the total opposite of George, socially agile and intrigued by George. Number 10, Remember Me. Tyler is 22 but he had no idea what to do with his life, and his relationship with his father isn't good at all. Because of a tragic incident from the past, and for that he became rebellious, he thinks that no one could understand him. But one day he meets Allie, and her warmth and spirit started to heal Tyler's past scars, and they fall in love. But when he started to have some meaning in life, a dark secret threatens their relationship. If you already watched any of those movies, then tell us in the comments which is your favorite movie, and if you liked the video, then a subscribe to the channel would be lovely. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.